out.
Not that bad, actually.
The monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
Ay, ay, ay. Another reset. Ay, 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 ay. This and long run mode. Cool.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet
Nah, I just want this record, man.
Either. Feeling a wave of
First one, I'm stupid. Second reset,
Stanley walked
I am
to his boss's office.
bad.
Here's the door, just go.
Oh my god, man. Why?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of
The game is acting up for me again, I don't know why.
On a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom, this mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
I might know what it is actually. Let me try this. The fuck is that running? Let's pause this. There. What is that? Okay, whatever.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His
why is this feeling even worse now? What the hell?
Else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it?
I don't understand.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley... blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere
Someone else's
away.
command.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized
none of this mattered to him.
For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking,
But
happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
Oh my God.
The feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way.
Right now, things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy. Happy Stanley.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Okay, countdown, don't mess up the skip.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Here's the door, just go.
Here's the door, just go.
Ah, man. Such silly mistakes I'm making. I mean, it's good to get them out now.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Did he have the strength to find out? Okay, please stop that.
Their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
Nope.
And Stanley, one of them, eternally
playing it safe.
A place where freedom meant nothing.
Played it safe. I'm not even gonna do a skip. That's a few seconds time lost, but I'm gonna play it safe. I want to finish a run, so don't get it, I'll give up.
Had Stanley really been under
It's really tricky, it's like a pixel thing, isn't it?
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable.
Yeah, I don't know why it's lying.
Was it even possible?
Why is it struggling so much, man?
Spent his entire life utterly blind to the world.
I don't understand.
But here was the proof.
Is OBS messing something up? I don't get it.
Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that... Oh, Stanley.
Oh, Stanley.
You just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Control?
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn the controls off and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent. Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
What was that?
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this though, this
Why no bucket? So this is one of the other, it's one of the categories. So I'm doing 12 endings where the bucket isn't needed. And there's also 12 endings bucket where it's all bucket endings. Bucket discrimination, god damn it.
My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what?
To hell with it.
I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are
extra time on the clock,
seconds.
why not?
Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
The real bucket is the friends we made along the way.
That something in this room was capable of turning it off. I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room.
At least for most of this category, it's just waiting for dialogue to finish. It's so relaxing, which is why I hate restarting, because I have to do all of it again.
One solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
I think I have, yeah, at least for this category, I might have time save in the last bit.
Will you replay this bit, looking desperately for a solution?
I need to beat a 36?
I look forward to finding out.
No, a 714 is the time I have to beat. 714. 107.14, that's cool. Can do it.
Stanley died again. And Stanley died again. And Stanley died again. Take a look at the clock,
Stanley.
That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice.
Make it count.
Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
All that time saved was for nothing. I didn't do the shortcut. Played it safe.
When Stanley came to a set of
well.
doors, he entered the door on his
long run is still possible.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
This category isn't competitive, I guess, so I wouldn't bother resetting this run.
Walked upstairs to his boss's office.
It's not that big a deal. Remember museum, okay? Remember museum, DiNmiTe, you fucking idiot. Do the museum ending, alright? Jesus. The museum ending. Do the museum ending. At least I'm improving PB. That's the important thing, I guess. Museum, left.
Walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Although
this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
The door behind him was not shut.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Nice.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, it reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story. trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley,
Cried the narrator,
as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly. And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
something happening.
Oh, look at these two.
Spiking my processing,
how they
whatever.
wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
He died. Blood. No, purple.
All of his code
Purple.
gone. What could it mean? When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
Let's go,
he entered the door
purple.
on his left. Yet there was not a single person here.
Escape pod, escape pod.
Feeling a wave of
Enter office and back out.
Stanley decided to go up to it. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to
Here's
his
boss's office.
Here's the door.
There you go. Do do do. Do 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 do. Dun 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 dun. Nice. Speed. Insane. It's just, yeah, down the stairs.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to it. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh my god.
But Stanley just...
Random mall car.
He considered the possibility of facing his
Random
boss,
mall car.
admitting he had left his post during
Crazy,
work
random
hours.
mall car.
He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then
Random
something
mall
occurred to
car.
Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself,
Maybe I am crazy.
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself.
I'm hoping for the next Stanley thing be plunger to go with the bucket. Think of the adventure that would ensue. God damn it.
Thinking about how it's describing my thoughts.
Hello, 11 years, but also
Thought it all very odd.
that could work, you know.
This voice spoke to all people in
Become Stanley Parable Super Ultra Deluxe.
not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's a
There's another item as well.
responsibility for himself.
It's a plunger.
Stanley is as awake
Oh
right
my
now
god.
as he's ever been in his
Ah,
life.
it's still 3 minutes of
Now,
cutscene.
hearing the voice
Oh
speak these
god.
words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too,
Surely, if he could just... He will
would
prove it.
He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
Exactly the way it's always
My life
been.
is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
I am okay. Oh. And then Stanley begins screaming.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
And everything went black. A little bit like a 22, I'm guessing.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by
the body of a man who stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself.
And then collapsed dead
on the sidewalk.
Where she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way,
seeing this man made her feel better.
But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
And then she turned and ran. Claude. Wait. Shit, I forgot I can't do that. Ay. Fucking habit.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me.
Nothing will break me.
In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer.
Now it's even closer. Here it comes. Really bad. My brain farted really badly there. Silly mistake. Silly mistake. I lost 3 seconds to my PB there.
Yes.
Truly your room worth admiring.
Eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
This is Phil's favorite ending. I keep bringing it up every time I do it. Just because of the song.
And got back on track. But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no.
Too early.
No, it's too late. My mistake. No, not
Wasn't close enough.
Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
This way.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay.
Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
Back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay.
From the top.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley...
Wait, what?
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... What did something change?
Oh, so it's 23 degrees today. Holy moly, that's warm.
Did you move the
Oh my
story
god.
somewhere, or... Hold on.
Wow.
Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Why am I asking you?
I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley.
You don't have to move for this part.
The story.
30 seconds of waiting. Here we go. I'll say it. I'll say it.
I'll say it.
Yeah.
This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not? All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Nope. Okay, it's worse.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Aha! I knew we missed something. The story. Here it comes.
No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Where's the door?
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely
Isn't this the door?
What we were supposed to be doing, how about this?
Let's go!
Congratulations!
Fantastic, we did it. We win.
A lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job.
You win.
Oh no, I don't feel right
Did
about
it.
this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
Whoa, what? Suddenly spiking my system, I don't get it.
You see?
It's very annoying.
Where the story is. It's over in this direction.
What the hell was that? Oh, whatever it is.
Onward, Stanley.
Time lost there.
Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination
Still a story?
Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood. Wait,
That's slow. That's
Go
slow.
back.
That's a
Look at
second
that.
slower than normal.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? Oh.
Yeah. Very
No,
bad.
again, Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it.
Restart.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Whee!
Now,
Oh, no,
yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again.
Okay.
Stanley,
I'll just try to soldier on, because there is something acting up right now, and I don't know what it is.
No lines or monitor rooms.
I'll just soldier on.
We should be fine.
We'll get the run done, I think. Then I'll end it there in the stream.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one.
Another victory for logic.
Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't
do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey
and not the destination.
So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Oh my god, I didn't get the fucking short hallway spawn. I pressed the office button.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors.
This game is trying to not give me the PV.
And Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Oh
Perhaps
man.
he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
Very sad.
just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Let's go on this bus now. I think I'm more than halfway.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and
Plunged to his death.
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Zending. Zending, Zending, Zending. Hello, Super Flipper, how are you?
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
I am good, but there are many factors that are stopping me from getting a good PB on this category. Oh man. I'm just gonna get it done. We'll see how it goes.
The first open door on his left.
I have severe skill issue right now.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story...
There you go.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
54, 55, 12 endings, glitchless bucket. Nice, man. Very cool. It's pretty good.
Let me prove it.
That's pretty solid. I like that. Well done.
Now listen carefully. This is important.
Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices.
Yeah, I don't know why
OBS trying to get somewhere that isn't here.
Hiccuping so much.
Running just the way you're doing right now.
5430. Yeah. The constant not satisfied with PVs, you know. I want to get a 35 on any unrestricted, but I need to learn the skip.
Let me show you.
Whatever the record is right now by Sophia. I think it's a 35. Or the 36. I can't remember.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful. No, wait.
Oh.
Where are you going?
Fuck's sake,
oh, no.
Wendy.
Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself,
you went and descending.
We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here.
God
Don't
damn it, Manny.
Please, Stanley, no! Oh, no. No.
Oh my God, man.
Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what
Shake
I was
my head.
before.
SMH my head.
We'll both go back. Why are you doing this? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll
Oh my God, stuttering, stop it.
Over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to
keep me from being happy.
Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Me on YouTube comments?
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Thank you for short hallway game, appreciate it.
Gone. What could it mean?
Yeah, here should be a good time save. I can get time save here.
And Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I think you can get time save here.
By the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door.
Damn it, Mania.
Stanley was so bad at following directions.
It's also the woman, it's not a woman, it's like this particular woman.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot.
Oh my God.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investigating
that's why.
someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why... I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look,
God damn it.
Let me prove
oh my God.
Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important.
Oh no.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley.
God damn it, Mania.
So badly what's out there.
He's got a list of this all written down, and he's just using his bits to say each one of them. I guarantee it.
There's nothing here.
He's got a list.
I finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story?
God damn. You're actually gonna force me to make a command for plans, and you're just gonna pick. Oh my God. You know, that'd be so funny.
Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires.
I should figure out a way. I might do that every week. I'm gonna update my plans command to just give Bruffy's plans.
So far. Tell you what. Let me take a step.
This is a maximum POV, so I think 140, whatever it is. I'm just used to it.
A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were. Okay, I'm going to stop you.
It's 90, not 140, 90. Yeah,
Now,
that's the
tell me
FOV I
about
use.
your experience with
I'm
this
just used to it.
version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest.
I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Oh, well, now this is useful.
POV, yeah, max
Like it,
FOV.
You didn't totally hate it either. You enjoyed it, perhaps is the correct term. It didn't cause you excruciating pain. Big steps we've made here today, Stanley. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look. Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking
competitive
through doors?
leaderboard?
Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Ah, the infamous
In this
baby game.
the enemy crawls left towards danger. You click the button to
At
move
some
him back
point,
to the
I don't know
right,
when, but at
and
some
if he
point
reaches the
I do
fire,
want to
you'll
attempt
fail. It's a very meaningful
all
game.
endings with
All
art,
about
just
the
to put a
desperation
time on
and
the
tedium
board.
of endlessly confronting the
But,
demands of family life. I think
4
the
hours.
Outworld will
I don't want,
really
I'm not doing art
take
ending.
this.
No, no, no,
But
no.
of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely
Alright,
despite
see you,
me?
Minia. Thanks for hanging out and the sub and bits. Thank you.
I can't think of a
You're too
single
kind.
thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try.
I'm out. I'm out. I'm done.
It's over.
Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
Oh hey, since my game was so awful,
You threw
why
bad
don't I
words,
play
Sonny
someone else's
Bram,
game?
heartless
Ease the
bastard.
pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Oh, now the game's gonna lag badly.
What do you think this game is about?
Oh my god, please.
Backstory. What is our motivation?
Yeah, there's definitely something running that's affecting my game itself. Because the lag is worse than normal. Yeah, I don't know why. I haven't figured it out. Something has happened today. Today is just that type of day where things aren't working properly. Very sad. Anyway, enjoy the slideshow for the next 1 minute.
And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and
Yeah, I
see
know.
what else is out there.
My GPU is taking up all the processing power, not my CPU. That's what's going on, and I don't know why it does that.
Oh no.
Here we go.
It can't be. It is.
It's an open world game.
Good God, quickly block it off.
But my CPU is right there. Use the CPU. It's right there. Use it. Use it. Why are you using all GPU for this bit? Why?
Right or wrong directions, no path to follow.
You're also doing the decoding, the encoding. Stop it.
Thank heavens
Ah,
we're
goddy hell.
out of the woods now.
OBS is being annoying.
Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
850 FPS. Oh my god, man.
Hey, I think this will be just the thing.
It still lags here. It's not as bad.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind.
It's still
Just a
bad. It's not
nice
as
big
bad.
box for you to run around in.
I don't. Yeah, I don't question it anymore.
Now,
I never
this
figured out
is
why
game
it does this. I just accept it as a
If you
OBS
manage to
thing.
get lost in this game, I will be phenomenal.
I'll probably change the encoder or something, or yeah, I don't know. It's
Okay, so what
always,
exactly
it's
are we
always
doing?
games. Games always does this. It's great.
There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay,
There
I'm saying
seems
that
a
there's
ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball?
ball? Stanley,
No,
why
it's
do
not
you
encoding
sport?
overloaded. That's the weird thing. You'd think
Just
that,
run the
but it's
bases
just
and do a
not. It's just
touchdown together? Yes,
my
I think
system is
you're
just shifting all processing to my GPU when it should just shift it to the CPU because CPU can handle it. GPU can't.
Stanley, don't do
Or
that.
at least not as well. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. Like right now, game is smooth. Because now my GPU is processing it. My CPU is doing everything, not my GPU. It's so dumb. Fucking bad. I overshot the room.
If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's
This would be a 20-second PB. I mean, purple, I think.
That comes with it.
Or a 15-second purple.
He needs me.
Yeah, at least there's time save. That's. You'll recover this. You'll recover this run.
Fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon.
Very soon.
Very soon.
I can wait. Nah, something. 11 seconds faster than my personal best. That's good.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? When Stanley came,
there we go.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, but eager to get back to business.
Yeah, we're in the end, so let's stick to that. There you go, near the end now.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps
what time is it right now? This would be...
I'm not sure.
What's the difference? 18 seconds difference? My best time is 107.18. That's my best possible time, I think. Ooh. And I'll be close, I think, if I didn't mess up that one split.
To make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley.
Don't crash, 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 don't crash. Thank you.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on.
My God, we can see wife.
I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right.
Yeah, it's allowed. It's not a glitch, so it's fine.
I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
It's perfectly fine.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
I do have a loving wife. She's right there. It's wife.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside.
Let me show you what's really going on here. Wife.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
It really is a time save.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him.
Oh, it's just 3 minutes of doing this. Oh my God.
It's a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button.
Now he's eating lunch.
Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind,
what's your opinion on this ending?
Adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of
alright.
expeditions into the
I think it was eerie, like when I first played this game, to like get jump scared by a mannequin. But now I just laugh at it because wife.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought...
I should rewatch Sophia's video when she got the bucket version of this ending, like specifically the apartment ending.
It barely even.
So I want to listen to the dialogue because it's in the game, so it clearly it was in development at one point until they decided on Love Bond.
As he wandered
No,
through this fantasy
the kitchen's gone.
he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
The Stanley
It
Parable.
was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be?
Wife.
In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see?
No.
Can he just not?
No, where's wife? My apartment, where is it? Whoa.
Understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself. How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't.
What the
fuck? But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose.
Where did wife go? Wife has turned into a mug right there. Oh shit.
I'll try
Wife.
once more to convey all this to
It's
her.
wife.
I'm compelled.
Wife hates Mondays.
Perhaps.
Wife hates
this time
Mondays.
we'll see. Maybe this time.
Could be a glod.
I tried again.
Could be a glod.
Stanley pushed
Or it'll be a
and I tried again. And
1
Stanley
second
pushed the
slower.
button. And I tried.
Nah. Yeah. I mean, it's too long, this last bit. There you go, gaming.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? When Stanley
It always
came
takes
to
a really long time. I hate how long the black screens are sometimes. They don't have to be that long. I don't know why they're that long.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the
For other
Imperial
endings, it's
first,
like
just
instant,
to admire
and then
it.
this ending,
The
it
love
takes
he
forever.
found majestic, perhaps, but eager to get back to business.
Yes,
Stanley took
that's
the
all it is.
first
It just
open
makes
door
every
left.
interact button E. For like,
Stanley was so
it's
bad at
it's
following
mainly
directions,
used for
it's
the
incredible he
apartment
wasn't
endings.
ago.
That one just makes it easier for like people who struggle to use a keyboard like that. Just one button for everything is easier.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be
Accessible,
difficult,
you know.
but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for... This is it, Stanley.
This is
Your
it,
chance
Stanley.
to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your
Yeah.
life.
It's in the base game. That option. It's not a mod thing. It's the base games thing.
No, you can't.
You can turn it on normally, yeah.
No, that wasn't supposed to be.
It's always in the
How did
game.
you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that
18
was possible.
seconds.
Let me double check.
I don't know if I might get this. Actually, maybe I might get
It's
this.
definitely here, clear as day.
18
Stanley
seconds.
picks up the phone.
My best
takes
time
to
would
his
be a
apartment, where he
107,
finds his wife, and the
21
two pledge
maybe?
themselves to one another. Music comes in.
Maybe,
fade
I don't
right,
know.
Roll credits.
We'll see.
Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were
How is
supposed to
that
mean
even
anything.
possible?
I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner?
You're not Stanley.
You're a real person.
Ah,
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a bad sack and crack."
It's 4:30, not 5:30. 4:30.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a
I
healthy
love these videos so
decision-making
much.
process. Most medical
The wacky
professionals
music in the
recommend making at least
background, the
8 choices per
high-pitched
day.
dialogue.
Do you make more than 8?
So funny.
Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But
Narrative
not to worry.
contradiction.
Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
It opens that way. Fuck's sake, I forget. Also, GPU moment.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform
And dying.
Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems
this is definitely one of those streams of all time that it just acts up and I don't understand why. I'll have to troubleshoot that at some point. Maybe it is a smart idea to like restart my system entirely before I start streaming, just to make sure it's as fresh as possible and there's no issues on whatever it's like left running or whatever.
Back to the correct ending.
I should have done that maybe. Oh well.
And you'll be home
Didn't think of it.
in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and
Always putting the story first.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
No! Uh-oh, we were too late.
I can't believe after everything we talked about that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know.
Oh, these are...
What's the answer? What do I do?
Shelves. I didn't realize these are shelves. Okay. Interesting.
No, I have to shut the game down. I have to.
Out of bounds anywhere?
Have to.
Uh-oh.
still here in this pile of rubbish, with you, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground.
Oh.
What, did you think that would be funny?
Nice.
You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story.
My story.
If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it.
I worked so hard to make...
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and
always
putting the story first. To the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I think I'm gonna be a 107.20. I'm gonna be 6 seconds off world record, I think. That's the vibe I'm getting. Unless I can get a 6-second PB on this, which doesn't feel like it.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
And we'll see.
Going to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs
Mouse,
to his
please.
boss's office. Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley
there you go. And now we're done. That's the run. Now we just wait for the dialogue and the cutscene to finish.
Unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Silence.
Stanley spoke the code. Nightshark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall. I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step. Okay, fine, you're not gonna do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
You coward.
When Stanley came,
this will be a 2-second gold, actually.
Entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please.
Stanley, please, Stanley.
I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me?
Probably not. Not for Glitchless. I don't think there's anything... Unless there's some massive, like, pathing that can be found or whatever. I don't think I'll be 106. It's very difficult.
Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please.
Choose.
Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there?
Are you there, Stanley?
Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right.
Sorry, Leroy.
Wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
That's stuck on the screen. That's funny. Oh no, 7:20. Fucking called it. 6 seconds off.